Welcome to AU in View, a production of the Aurora University Communication Department. We're here to bring you the people and the events of the Aurora University community. I'm Christina.
And I'm Pietro, and we'll be your host for this episode. Our feature stories are what is going on around campus, and we'll also be interviewing the new theater director, Stacy Parker-Joyce. And if you look behind us, our new view today is overlooking the Spartan Media launch party. This is Spartan Media's first term in this new format, and later on in the show we'll have Dr. Neller on to say a few words about it. But first, let's get to our latest news.
Several organizations on campus are actually collecting donations to help the homeless. Aurora Criminal Justice Association, along with Aurora's Spanish Club and Sigma Delta Gamma Sorority, are collecting these donations to make blessing bags, gallon-sized Ziploc bags that can be passed out to people who are currently homeless. And also, Lambda Pi Eta, the Communication Honor Society, is also collecting donations for Lazarus House, a shelter located in St. Charles. All donations can include travel-size hygiene products, toothbrushes, toothpaste, bandages, deodorants, and facial wipes, as well as small snacks like peanuts, crackers, granola bars, and juice boxes. Look around the Aurora University campus for donation boxes.
This Friday, November 7th, Fashion Loves You and BSU will be hosting a retro party. The theme of this will be Blast from the Past, representing the 70s, 80s, and 90s. The night will be filled with music from the past and present, and will also give Fly a chance to spread the word about finding potential models for their fashion show next semester. There will also be a costume contest for the individuals who best dress representing their decade. Admission is free. All you need is your student ID. The event will be taking place in UBH starting at 8 p.m. until midnight.
The Delta Mu Delta Business Honor Society, along with the Dunham School of Business, will be hosting a job and internship fair next Tuesday, November 11th. The fair is a great opportunity for students looking for a full-time job after graduation and any student looking for an internship. Several companies will be in attendance, including Liberty Mutual Insurance, Walmart, Menards, and Northwestern Mutual Insurance. RSVP for the event by logging on to SpartanNet. The event will be in UBH at 5 p.m. and make sure to dress professionally and bring several copies of your resume.
With the opening night of the fall production Almost Maine quickly approaching, our news team here at AU in View went out and took a behind-the-scenes look at the show and created a news package for you.
Hi, I'm Christina with AU in View, and we're here taking a behind-the-scenes look at Tech Week for AU's fall production of Almost Maine. We're going to be interviewing stagehands, castmates, and taking a behind-the-scenes look at what really happens during Tech Week and how much fun they have. Let's go take a look.
I know Tech Week is often referred to as Hell Week. Do you want to expand why you think it's referred to as that?
Well, I understand that. I don't necessarily agree with that because of my role in the Tech Week, but it's a week of just pounding the rehearsal into them and having them do things over and over and just having everyone here all the time, whether or not they are doing something or not. Because this production is actually, it's a lot harder on the cast members because there's only 2 of them, maybe 3 of them on the stage at a time, and there are 19 cast members. So there's a lot of downtime. So it is very hard on them because they all have to stay in character and in focus for an hour and a half when they're not in character for an hour. So it is harder on the mindset to keep the actor mindset in that.
The cast is working as a running crew for the show, so they actually move set pieces and furniture. But for the most part, we have a stage manager and assistant stage manager, and the cast are pretty much playing one role. And we also have an understudy for the guys.
There's always the familiar faces that end up showing up, but it's always really awesome because each and every semester we have at least 5 to 10 new faces per semester or per show at least, and it's really nice knowing that theater's growing in the community and that it's becoming more recognized.
Why I chose to do the play, I guess? Oh, okay. I don't know, I saw the email that we got for it, and I've always liked theater, even though I've never actually been in a play until now. So I decided to audition, and then I got called back, and now I'm here as William, the waitress.
Almost Maine runs this Friday until next week, so you have plenty of chances to see it. Make sure you come on out. It's free. It's going to be a great time. Today on AU in View, we have the new theater director, Stacy Parker-Joyce, with us. Hi, Stacy. How are you doing?
Hello, good.
All right, we're glad to have you here.
Oh, I'm excited to be here.
So just to kick it off, we know that you're new to the university. So how did you hear about AU?
Well, to be completely honest, I was sent a job description by a friend of mine who, she was having a job search, and she said, I saw this, they're looking for, it's a small liberal arts school, they're very student-centered, it's in the Chicago area, and they're looking for someone to help grow a small, already established program. And so it was kind of my dream job, and so I said, of course, I must apply.
Okay, I'm glad you did. And then you said it was your dream job. So can you first give us personal background about your theater experience then?
Sure. I am still technically a professional actress and director since an actress since I was 21 and graduated from undergraduate. I worked in Chicago for 5 years, and then I moved to New York City where I went to graduate school at Columbia, and I then worked professionally as an actor in New York, and I started assistant directing while I was there. And then I decided to focus more in terms of teaching at university and moved to Springfield, Missouri, but I worked in Springfield for a little while there. I helped establish the Springfield Shakespeare Festival, and I worked in the professional theater that they have in there over the summer, and now I'm back up here. I was an ensemble member at Straw Dog Theater when I was in Chicago, and I'm currently a member of Actors Equity Union, and I used to do a lot of voiceover work.
How did you transition from the professional theater to educational theater?
Well, it's a great question. When I was at Columbia, I was working, a lot of my professors were working professionals, and it changed my whole view of how teaching was a necessary, it alerted me to the idea that teaching could be a necessary part of being a professional actor and vice versa. So I watched these professionals work with their students in such a way that they were continuing to explore all of their work. So that got me really excited about teaching and doing it at the university level. So that was kind of the light bulb that went off in my head. And after a little bit of time in New York, I just applied for some positions and fell in love with, I was accepted and fell in love with it. So it's kind of a boring story, but.
All right, so we know Almost Maine opens up on Friday.
Yes.
And we did a behind-the-scenes news package on it.
Yes.
So tell us a bit about Almost Maine, because our news package was really just secretive, just behind the scenes.
Oh,
so.
behind the scenes. Well, in the magical, mystical town of Almost Maine, there is this play. It takes place in the town of Almost Maine, and it follows vignettes of some of the people who live there, and we watch them fall in love, fall out of love, and they live in a place where the magic of love is symbolic and quite literal. There's magic. So it's very much, it's a romantic comedy, but with elements of magical realism, which gives it a little something extra.
So this is a larger cast for this show.
Yes.
Can you kind of tell us the process of maybe why you decided to cast such a large amount of people, maybe building an ensemble, the directing process?
Sure. So you can cast this small or you can cast it large. And I am new to AU, as you mentioned, and so when I had auditions, I didn't know what to expect. And we had an incredible turnout for auditions. And I was so delighted. And I looked around and I looked at what people were bringing, and I thought I could cast 20 people. And I can do it well. And a part of our mission at AU is serving the students, and I think there's no better way to learn about being part of an ensemble and making theater and working together and working collaboratively than actually experiencing it. I can talk about it till the cows come home and lecture, but until you're in rehearsal and making it happen and wrestling around with it, you can't get it in here. And so I had the opportunity to cast 20, so I was like, I'm going to give 20 students the opportunity to do this, whether they like it or not. So, so that's how it ended up being so big.
Okay, well, I know that always getting new students involved in it, whether they're theater majors or not, is a big thing, and it's always something theater is all about. And I know plenty of students are involved, and even our own cast here at AUNView is in the show. So what do you think that students take away from being in a production?
From being in a production, I think they learn how to collaborate respectfully, how to communicate effectively with a large group of people, how to say yes and, so that we talk a lot about in the theater that it's really easy to say no, I don't like that, or no, I want to do that, but in the theater you'll never get anywhere, you'll never make a play in the time that you have unless a whole group of people can say yes and I want to do this, yes and I want to do this. So I hope they learn how to say yes and.
So you talked a little about what the students can take away from this show, and I know one of the big things that AU thinks about when they're picking their shows, the theater department, is how do these shows benefit the students as well as the community. So why is this a good show for the community to come out and see as well?
I think in this day and age when there is so many ways to communicate, but people often don't know how to connect. They know how to communicate, but they don't know how to connect. That one, just being a part of live theater is an experience of connection, that I'm not just watching people on the screen, I'm watching people right in front of me. We're right here, we're all experiencing this together. And that in many ways is a theme of the show as well. It's about how to connect, how to be with people in an honest way. So hopefully maybe they'll take that out of it. And they'll see everyone is doing a great job, so then the community will see how fantastic all the AU students are. So.
All right, that's always something we're excited to see. What's your most your best memory from being here at Aurora so far? I know it's your first year, it's the first big production.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I have so many. I think honestly, like one moment, maybe even just the first rehearsal, getting everyone in the room and breathing and going, we're going to be okay. Like from day one, I was so impressed with just, I don't know, that's cheesy. I wish I had something funnier.
It's all about the cheese, don't worry.
But I've had a lot of great moments. I love the classes that I've been teaching and the faculty I've been meeting. So I've been lucky.
Well, we're all definitely looking forward to seeing the show, but we have one last thing. Do you have any last-minute comments or any last-minute things you'd like to say about the show, about why people should come see it, just anything in general?
They should just come because theater is fun and you're awesome.
Yeah, our very own Pietro Alfano is in the show, so we're definitely going to go ahead and check that out.
It's worth the free admission price.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
tell you what.
And it's free. You can impress your date by taking them to a theater production, and it's free. You don't have to pay anything.
There you go.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you coming on the show.
All right, thank you
you.
again. All right, now before we go, it's almost time to say goodbye. But before that, we have one last thing.
LASA will be holding a Day of the Dead community altar display in Dunham until Friday. They welcome anyone to place something on the altar as a way to celebrate someone who has passed away. You can find this display in the Dunham Atrium until November 7th.
Tonight from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., the ladies of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated invite you to study with the Deltas in Phillips Library, first floor.
Tomorrow, Thursday the 6th, there will also be another concert in Crimi Auditorium at 7:30 p.m. featuring Christian Pastorello on the piano.
The organization Play It Forward will be collecting any new or gently used sporting equipment to donate to Hesed House. Donation boxes can be found across the Aurora University campus.
The Student Nurses Association are teaming up with the Be the Match Foundation and will be hosting a Be the Match drive to register potential donors for the Bone Marrow Registry. Stop by Dunham Atrium next Tuesday, November 11th from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m.
This Thursday, November 6th, Black Student Union and the Men of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity will be hosting its annual talent show from 9 p.m. until 11:30 p.m. in UBH. The entry fee is $1 or free if you bring a canned good, which will then be donated to the Marie Wilkinson Food Pantry here in Aurora.
The Student Athletic Advisory Committee are still collecting canned goods for cans across the conference until December. Boxes are located in Dunham Atrium, the Spartan Spot, the CAF, and the library lobby.
Next Tuesday, November 11th, go down to the Spartan Spot and hear musician Rachel Brown. She'll be performing from 11:30 a.m. until 1 p.m.
On Monday, November 10th, there will be a special presentation titled Art Crime, Pursuing the Priceless, given by Robert Whitman, a former FBI art sleuth. He will explore his remarkable career, including rescuing some of the world's greatest treasures, including works by Rembrandt and an original copy of the Bill of Rights. And today on the show, we have a special guest, Dr. Neller, who will be telling us a little bit about AU in View and the new format that we have this year. How's it going, Dr. Neller?
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
Good. We like to have you in front of the camera for once.
Right. Yeah, it's weird. I don't like being in front of the camera.
So, can you tell us a little bit about AU in View this year and a little bit about the launch party going on behind us?
Okay. Yeah. Well, we did. We kind of opened up our window here so that we could see our AU Spartan Media launch party, which is going on. This was something that was actually organized by students in the class. We have the team of, we've got more than 40 students, and they're sort of broken into 6 different teams. One team is, as you guys know, the news team, which produces our AU in View show every week. We have a sports team that does a sports show, that does our live football broadcasts. We have a culture team that does a weekly movie review show. And then we have a PR and promotions team, and they're the ones that actually organize this event to try to get awareness of our organization and get more students involved and provide snacks for everybody. We've got an advertising team that does ads for different organizations on campus that we run during our shows. And then we have a graphics photo web team that does graphic design and things like that. So this was a way that we could get all of our teams all together, because you guys haven't seen the other teams all that much, because you've kind of been doing your own things for the term. So it was a good way to kind of bring everybody back together and show off what we're up to.
All right, I know you mentioned that students in class are a part of AU Spartan Media, but is it open to the rest of the university?
It is. So yeah, so any student, you don't have to be a communication major, can get involved. We have the senior communication majors that are in this media production seminar class. Those are the ones that kind of fill in for most of the leadership roles, like the producers and the news editor, which is what you guys do. But then we also have sophomores and juniors and freshmen that serve as writers of news stories. They design graphics, they act as talent on the programs. We have a couple of people that were brand new to the organization this year that have already hosted some of our shows. So yeah, it isn't just for the communication majors, it's not just for the seniors, it's really anybody that wants to get involved.
So how is breaking up these into different shows beneficial for AU Spartan Media?
Well, it just allows people with different interests to do what they're really kind of passionate about. So people that are really into AU sports, a lot of them are athletes themselves and play on different sporting teams and stuff. They want to talk about sports, they want to interview other athletes. People that want to go into journalism then could be part of the news team and do more kind of journalist stories. Right now our culture team are people that are really, really into the production element and want to go and be videographers and video editors, so their show is a little bit more geared around that.
So a little bit of something for everybody.
Yeah, and there's definitely a place you can find here at AU in View. Where do you see AU in View growing? I know this year is the first year that's done this. So where do you see it going
well,
next
what
year?
we're looking to try to do a little bit more of is, right now it's AU in View, but we want to actually expand out and kind of cover the Aurora community a little bit more and talk about other things that are happening sort of outside of our campus. So we're starting to do that. We've been talking with people in the Aurora community about trying to link up with some of the different organizations around here and try to do a little bit more with that.
So what's one way that you mentioned that there are other students who are involved in this? How can they get involved?
They should contact me. Okay. So look at the camera now. If you want to get involved with AU Spartan Media, you should contact me by email is probably the best bet, because then I can put you on the email list. But it's mneller@aurora.edu. That's MKNELLER at aurora.edu. And I will be happy to put you on the list so you know when we're having meetings and give you the rundown of all the different things that are going on.
All right.
Okay.
What's your favorite thing about AU in View so far?
Obviously the AU in View show and the news team. If I was on the sports show right now, I would tell them it was the Spartan Spotlight sports talk show. If I was on the culture show now, I'd tell them it was the culture show. But yeah, but everybody's doing an awesome job. I've been surpassed my expectations in every way. All the stuff that we've been doing this term.
Great.
Good.
Okay, I think that's all we've got right now for our great AU in View show during our launch party.
So
that's all we have. We'll be seeing you next time.